Servus, Freunde. My name is Jimmy Cage.
Jimmy, listen, I need some kind of insurance.
For what?
This channel is my life.
Obviously.
I know I only make a few bucks, but what if something happens to me?
What should ever happen to you? Okay, I get it.
What if I get struck by lightning? Or what if I die in an earthquake?
Earthquake?
Or what if a huge rock just falls on my head?
Could happen.
You know what? I need insurance for an act of God.
Act of God. Okay. Need your signature here.
Nice. Stand up, guy.
You're fired.
What?
Act of Jimmy. It's not insured.
Oh my God.
Servus, Freunde. My name is Jimmy Cage.
And I'm Deniz, the Buddymeister.
We have reviewed almost 500 Indian movies on the channel. And today we are going to talk about the 2012 Hindi language satirical comedy drama OMG, Oh My God. Directed by Umesh Shukla. And it's based on a Gujarati play called Kanji Virud Kanji. And it's also inspired by the 2001 Australian movie The Man Who Sued God. It became a huge success and was remade in Telugu and Kannada. Mm-hmm. And I think the Kannada remake is with Upendra, of course.
Upendra and I think...
what's the name? Sudeep.
Sudeep
from Iga.
Yeah.
Sudeep from Iga. Yeah. And why are we doing this today? Because the spiritual successor OMG 2 is coming out in just a few days. So here we are talking about the first one.
Yeah.
I think you can tell us a little bit more about this movie.
The movie is starring Paresh Rawal, who we know from quite a lot of movies by now. We've seen him in Kshana Kshanam, Money, Oi Lucky Lucky Oi.
Yes.
And he had a small role, I guess, in Sanju.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But I think that's it. It also stars Akshay Kumar and Mithun Chakraborty.
Yes.
The synopsis of this movie is a shopkeeper, that's Paresh Rawal, takes God to court when his shop is destroyed by an earthquake.
Yeah. Which is a pretty cool story. I mean, it's inspired by this other movie from Australia. It's a high concept idea.
Yeah.
What if someone sues God?
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool idea. And what did you think about this film?
I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
Decent movie, good movie, bold movie, I think, at times. Especially for a Hindi movie, an Indian movie, and
for a commercial movie.
For commercial Indian movie,
it's not a super big commercial movie, but I think it's a commercial movie nevertheless.
Yeah.
It features songs. It features big names. Akshay Kumar produced it.
Also, Puri is in this movie in a small role. But this movie has some great moments. It also has a few very corny moments.
Yeah, sure. But some are so corny that I thought it was meant for comedy. A few moments we will talk about later that I thought was so over the top that I thought, I think this is meant in a funny way. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I laughed.
Yeah, I think not everything like this movie tries to say or do hits home, but I also think it completely works for what it wants to be. Yeah. So I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it as well. Like you said, I think for an Indian movie, for a commercial movie, it's pretty progressive. It's from 2012.
It kind of pioneered the genre. I read something because
is what kind of genre?
The genre, I mean, genre is maybe the wrong word, but this to make a satire about religion, and so it's if you look up lists about satirical movies about religion or faith, this is the movie that comes up. Also, PK, of course.
Yeah, PK is 2014, 2 years later. We watched it earlier. Yeah. To this date, I think it's one of my favorite Hindi movies. I really enjoyed PK a lot.
I remember that people told us, you have to watch Oh My God. It was it came out 2 years prior. And it's like better movie, whatever. But
some
it's
like always are annoyed because we like PK that much. Like, hey, Oh My God was earlier. It's almost the same. It's not really all the same. But
no. When I watched this movie, OMG, I was like waiting for this moment where I thought, "Wow, this is like PK." I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there are
of course there are similarities.
There are definitely similarities. Yeah, I think it's important to understand that this movie is not against believing in God or some kind of higher force or power, some creator. It's against organized religions who are just making a business out of it. And that it's similar to PK. There are scenes that are a little bit addressing the same issues.
Making God like a brand, making a business out of religious service, making money wherever you can with faith, and using religion as a tool
and making fun money about all the customs that seem a little bit arbitrary, like don't eat this, don't do that, wear this color, wear that color, stuff like that. The movie very openly addresses that religious leaders are more like salesmen. And that religion is a giant business, and I had a lot of fun with how these religious leaders were portrayed. We have this Swami guy who always has the hand like this.
That's Mithun Chakraborty.
He was so over the top. Then we have the one with the bald head, who's always eating.
And who's always angry.
When
he's not
angry.
eating, he's angry. And he's screaming at Kanji.
But for that alone, how openly this movie addresses like the hypocrisy of a religious leader, I really applauded it, and I was really having a lot of fun with that.
I think this movie is like, it starts out very quirky and fun, and it's a colorful movie. But it actually, and like you said, it like makes fun or like portrays all these customs in a different light. But it actually, and luckily, like never became a silly comedy. And I thought so at the beginning, because it starts like, because it is so quirky and colorful. I thought, let's see which way that goes. But it's kind of grounded, and I think that's I thought it's mainly because of Paresh Rawal.
It's
what you...
I think for a comedy like this, he's very grounded and natural. And
I think he keeps this movie grounded.
Absolutely,
His performance is like, he's great in this movie. He's like this common man.
There's a shrewd...
he's a cunning salesman also.
He's also a cunning salesman.
And of course, he's also like a cunning lawyer, which we learned throughout the movie. He knows his
pretty
arguments.
Good at this.
But or he knows how to convince people with arguments. But the way he plays it, so down to earth, so real. It's what I really liked about this movie.
Me too, absolutely. I think the entire first half is pretty great. How the movie sets up this story. There's also a pretty cool item number, I have to say. There's a song very early on, which is Go Govinda.
It's great.
It's I think homage to an older song. I listened to the older song. You can definitely hear it. A really fun number, and also it was surprising how early in the movie we got this item song, just like 10 minutes, 15 minutes into it. And of course, it features Prabhu Deva from Chikubuku Riley.
I knew that I knew this guy.
And
I was thinking about them. Which song reaction was it? Okay.
He's also a dance choreographer. I'm pretty sure
that's what I remembered.
Probably he did the choreography as well. And the woman is Sonakshi Sinha. I don't think I know her, but these two are in the item number, and very catchy song. Really a lot of fun. But even before that song, the song that's played during the opening credits, it's super catchy. It's like a definite earworm. This Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I really enjoy it a lot. It's also coming back later on in the movie. I think the first half is pretty flawless for me, actually. I think the movie is also just 2 hours and 10 minutes or something like that. So it's pretty, for the most part, a pretty tight screenplay. I think in the second half, it gets a little bit looser. And it towards the end, it drags just a little bit, but overall, pretty cool movie. At the halfway point, we of course get the super special appearance by Akshay Kumar, who's also the producer of the movie.
Yeah, he's Krishna Vasudev Yadav.
Yeah, he's of course playing a version of God.
Yeah,
and he's having a lot of fun with the role, and he's a lot of fun. And this whole introduction is so over the top, and I was wondering...
Yeah, the motorcycle chase.
The motorcycle chase. I was wondering if this is like referencing or making fun of other Akshay Kumar introduction scenes or just introduction scenes in general. Because I think on YouTube there are a lot of crazy action scenes with Akshay Kumar where he's entering with a Jeep that's spinning around and he's jumping out of the car. And I'm not sure if this is an Akshay Kumar thing or just a masala thing in general, but I thought it was a really funny scene. I mean, the CGI is of course pretty noticeable.
Terrible?
Yeah, terrible. But because it's just
it's
fun
fine.
and comedy, it's okay. It's not action that wants to be tense or dramatic. It's just fun, and therefore it's fine.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice that because Kanji, like he loses his family for a certain amount of time because he's like following up to I have to make this a case. I have to file against God, and so they move out. And it's like kind of nice that Krishna becomes his new buddy who moves in with him. Yeah, I wanted a little bit more of this, like this feeling of, hey, the two of them.
Me too.
They live together and have this buddy thing, but it's not like they are that much doing that much together.
Yeah. It's pretty much exactly my criticism.
Oh man, you need someone in you.
I need someone who's completely on a different page than myself. Yeah. I thought the second half was also fine.
Yeah.
They continue with their critique of all kinds of religious aspects. But for me as an atheist myself, it felt a little bit like a cop-out that he is getting help from God and that God exists. I mean, I knew it from the very beginning because at the very beginning there's a disclaimer that this is the journey of a non-believer who becomes a believer at the end. So I knew that this is happening. And I think also it's an Indian movie, and religion is of course super important for the majority of people living on this planet. So I think maybe it would have been too much if the movie is not really
like going the complete route of
no God and
so
it was fine, but I felt the movie should have done more with turning him into a believer. It was like there's this God figure, he don't realizes from the get-go that this is actually Krishna, and then later on, of course, spoiler alert, but the movie is pretty old at this point. We will talk about the entire movie. I think people have seen it, but it's only very late then that he realizes there's God and now he's a believer. For me it felt a little bit, the last segment of the movie felt a little bit rushed, I have to say.
I think that's a slight problem with his character as well, because the movie starts out like he's making fun of people who have faith, people who believe, and in the course of the movie, he like utters the sentence that he says, I don't have anything against people believing. I just don't like that people make a business out of it. And this sentence, like, even this sentence kind of surprised me because he didn't seem like a person who says, it's okay to believe. Yeah. So he became this just by saying it. And I didn't feel that. I mean, like you said, towards the end, it makes more sense. And but it never felt like his character, although I liked him, is like fleshed out in this profound way that makes us believe him, that he says it's all right to believe everything.
I think the character works better in the first half. When he's introduced, we get his character, but then the movie turns into he's this really good lawyer who talks about religion, and it took away from his character being an actual human being, and it was more like, look at this pretty good and clever critique. And I also was a little bit disappointed that the movie doesn't address that he starts as this cunning businessman himself. So he also makes money, also profits from lying and selling people stuff that's not really true. And I thought it would have made the movie tenser if maybe the advocate is always saying, what's he always saying? Relax.
Yeah.
If he maybe found out about him doing money this way, then
there's some kind of redemption, maybe, or
or maybe he should change his ways as well, or maybe the courtroom stuff would become tenser because now he has to defend himself. Why is he doing stuff like that? But it's completely dropped. It's not really coming up again. And I felt like this was a missed opportunity.
It's true. It would have given the movie like another level of thinking about all these things. Yeah, that's right. I haven't thought about that.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of nice that Kanji is like how he dismantles some of the religious traditions in court.
Yeah.
And like, of course, the second half with all this with Krishna is like, it's not as good as the first half, but it gives us this like fairy tale vibe, which doesn't work completely. Yeah, because like Krishna isn't that much in the movie.
Yeah.
But all the scenes with him and Akshay Kumar is really fun.
Yeah.
There's this nice scene where he like comes in at the first moment and he tells Kanji, look at this photo where you were married like 20 years ago. Do you look like that? Do you still look like that? That's like, we gods looked like that in earlier times. No, we look like this. That's such a fun, it's a fun joke because why shouldn't a god like wear some like actual clothes that you wear today?
Absolutely.
It's kind of funny.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah.
In the second half the critique is fun and mostly clever.
Yeah.
And there's this scene where he's at a TV station, and it was also fun how he becomes this super convincing guy all of a sudden for everyone. They're just watching him, and all of a sudden, all of them are like, he's
show.
right. And it was so fun and over the top because all of a sudden, someone in the background,
okay.
Good point.
That's like when he's in the show, oh my God.
Yeah.
And where the interviewer, the woman, also says, you completely changed my thinking about faith and religion.
I mean, it's a satire.
But
I thought it was really fun. And also,
that's true.
Now I'm coming back to what you said in the beginning about the corny stuff, because there's this one moment with OMG characters.
Yeah. And that's what I meant.
By the way, I think OMG's character is kind of underwritten. I mean, it's awesome that OMG is in this movie, and I thought it's awesome that there's also this Muslim guy, and
who also, who says he's like thrown out of his faith if he doesn't do that or that.
I think that's nice that we have this other religion in there as well. But then he's just there for reaction shots. Like he's sitting on his bed watching TV. He's just there for reaction shots. But there was this scene where some lady comes to them and tells them like her son. Yeah,
my son has cancer and 1,000 other things are.
Yeah, and it was so much. It was so like poverty porn, misery porn, and I thought it was funny because it was already sad, and then there was also cancer and stuff like that. And then I laughed.
Right, I thought at the end.
I thought that was fun. I'm not sure if it was meant in that way, but I thought it was fun. And then the other moment was when he's at the TV station and everyone is now believing in him, and his daughter is in a bar or in a restaurant and like, that's my father.
Oh,
and I think it was so corny, but I thought it was also fun.
That's a real. It's kind of a terrible scene in itself. You guys, that's my father. And everybody's so
I think it was meant in a comedic way.
If it's meant like that, it works. Because I was also like, what? And I didn't know what to think.
Yeah.
But what you said earlier, it's kind of nice that this movie like doesn't hold back and it talks about all the religions. I mean, not all the religions, but it talks about
the big ones.
It talks about
Christianity, Hinduism, and
Islam. And he also like cites the Bhagavad Gita, he cites the Quran, and he cites the Holy Bible. And this is also kind of I'm not like I'm also not I can't say I'm not believing in anything, but it's kind of nice that Krishna says, read this book, like everything you need to know is in this thing, and this is nice like montage where he in 1 month he reads the Holy Bible, he reads the Bhagavad Gita, and he reads the Quran. And it's kind of nice that he uses these books as an argument for his case. And it works. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, something that I think didn't work that well is the whole ending part of the movie, because that's where I felt it felt just a little bit rushed. In the second half, we spend a lot of time dismantling religion and spending a lot of time with it. And then he gets sick very sudden. Just like
it's like a stroke or something, probably.
And then he's in a coma. And I think the idea that he wins the case, but that he turns into this religious figure as well, and people are now following him. I think that's a clever idea.
Yeah.
But the execution, it felt a little bit like the movie happened without us. Like he's in a coma, and then he wakes up from it, and Krishna shows him what happened. Like on the television, it's like the movie happened without us, and this is what happened after you fell into a coma. And it was like we are missing like 10 minutes. Like this could have been the actual movie. Maybe make it 20 minutes longer. I don't care. But it felt a little bit rushed, and then it was fine. But I think the very end, it didn't have that
punch.
That I wished.
It's interesting because this movie like does this more than once. That it has these smart and clever ideas. Like it shows you something that you think, oh, maybe this will has some kind of impact on the movie, but then it doesn't happen. And that's also the way, also the case with the ending. I also thought I didn't know what to think because like you said, the idea is there, but I don't know. It's like not fully narrated in the end. Like something is missing from me.
And then the end credits roll, and I was like, okay.
Even in that end, I get some of the things, like when Kanji gets this, he picks up this little thingy that Krishna was always like doing with his finger, and the Krishna, like, he hears his voice and saying, you don't need this. And it's another interesting and neat idea and way of thinking. You don't need anything if you want to believe, just believe. And it's also nice. And in the end, I thought the whole morale and ethics of the movie, or at least what I read into it, are kind of nice, that you like can believe in anything you want. For me, it's like still it's like this pretty down to earth thing. Just be a good person. Like look out for people around you, believe in everything, and look out for people who try to exploit you. And it's kind of a nice thing, even if not everything works in this movie. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think anything else? No. Maybe just a tiny thing. But I think this Go Govinda was so much fun that I was almost a little bit disappointed that there wasn't any other song later on with the same impact. I mean, there was a little montage when he's reading the Bible, the Quran. I think there's a song there. But this first song was so...
It's even kind of out of place. It really, if I think about the movie now, it's not like this song, it doesn't really fit into this movie. I mean,
there's this big religious celebration.
And it's like, now it's the party, but if I, like, in hindsight, if I now that I know what everything that comes after the song, it's like, whoa, this song is like, what? it's nice. I really liked it, but so
what do you have? What would you say in German about Oh mein Gott?
OMG, oh mein Gott, ist ein sympathischer und sicherlich auch wagemutiger Film, der zwar nicht durchgehend tiefgründige Aussagen über Glaube und Religion äußert, aber dennoch gekonnt und unterhaltsam auf deren Missbrauch aufmerksam macht.
Nice. Oh my God ist eine herrlich, amüsante, clevere und durchaus progressive und mutige Satire mit einem starken Paresh Rawal und herrlichem Akshay Kumar. Zum Ende hin verliert er etwas an Schwung, aber insgesamt trotzdem ein wirklich sehenswerter Film. Ja.
And? Rating?
Rating, I give Oh my God 7 out of 10. It's more like 7.4, but I don't do that.
From me, it's also 7 out of 10. It's more like 6.9, but I don't do that either.
I'm a little bit surprised. 6.9, okay.
And I'm surprised too.
It's fine.
Did you know that there are around 2 million temples in India?
No.
And did you know that there are only 4,000 churches in Austria?
Austria is pretty small.
I think it's still really
a lot.
Yeah, it's really a lot. And Austria is quite a very Catholic country.
We have like 9. Are we at 9 already? Yeah, I think we have like 9 million people living in Austria. Yeah. So it's nothing in comparison. Yeah, so I'm certainly looking forward to Oh My God 2. Have you seen the teaser?
I haven't seen the teaser. I just looked up who's in it.
Yeah.
Akshay Kumar is in it.
Akshay Kumar is probably producing it again. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
And he's like, I think he's another god in this one. He's not Krishna. At least what the IMDb says is it's another name.
Okay.
But all the other characters and are different stakes.
Yeah.
It's like with...
it's with Manoj Bach.
Oh, is he in it? Okay.
Yeah,
it's something about like making
about
children, about
education.
Education,
is it
exactly.
About sex or education? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
But probably some hot.
That would totally fit, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Something important for society that the movie will address. So I'm certainly looking forward to it. I think it's another director. So probably some other creative team we'll have to see. And right now it's not scheduled to be shown here in Austria. Hopefully that will change. But right now, no option for us to watch the movie. But I think at the time of recording, it's still like 2 weeks.
Almost
until it should come out. So maybe it will be shown here in Vienna. But right now, it doesn't seem like that. Yeah. But please tell us in the comments below what you think about OMG, Oh My God. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, and also on Patreon, simply at The Jimmy Cage.
And you can hit me up on Twitter at The Buddymeister.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, whatever you like.
And make sure you hit that bell for all we have to tell.
Take a move.
Mega.